Good morning, friends. Today's title for discussion is The Story of Rama. Next Sunday is Rama, the birthday of Rama. We're celebrating at 6:30 p.m. The story of Rama is described in a very popular book called Ramayana. Ramayana technically is itihasa, a history that what happened, it is recorded. But in its importance, it transcends a simple history. It is a piece of great literature that gives a greater joy and greater influence. You read the Ramayana and you find much more than you read history. It's just not the description of what happened in the past. It's a great thing that touches our heart. It transcends even the literature. It is in fact a scripture. The history has become scripture. It becomes scripture because the story contained there, it touches the life, touches the soul of those who study with reverence and helps to transform the personality. And ultimately, the reader finds fulfillment in life. The story of Rama becomes a source of courage, strength, hope and love. Rama originally was described, there have been many Ramayanas. The original is one in Sanskrit written by Valmiki. After that, in every Indian language, it is written. Not just mere translation. Those who wrote Ramayana in different languages were great scholars, great saints. They were devoted and they wrote Ramayana with their own insights. Though they got the original story from Valmiki's Ramayana, but there is variation, and according to their what they got in inspiration, they depicted the life of Ramayana. In Valmiki's Ramayana, Rama is a great human being. In another very famous Ramayana, the Tulsidasa's Ramayana called Ramacharitamanasa, Sri Rama is incarnation of God, is God Himself. And there comes a thing of bhakti. And as a God incarnate, He touches the life of readers, of those who listen to it more deeply. With that introduction, now I go to the story of Rama. There had been a great king in a kingdom called Kosala. Its capital was Ayodhya. There was a lineage of king and it's called Solar Dynasty of the Kings. And that great king was Dasaratha. Great warrior, great valor, wonderful righteous person who always did right things. That was Dasaratha. His kingdom was all good and happy, subjects were nice, everything was just fully. But with all this joy, he had one great grief in his heart. He had no son, no heir. So, after getting no son from the first wife, he married second wife. He couldn't get any child. Then he married third wife. There was also no child. Then he consulted his priest, Vasishtha, great sage of the time. Vasishtha was his priest, royal priest. And they suggested for a yajna, a sacrifice, fire sacrifice, great ritual, where the gods will be pleased and they will give boon to have the son. With all elaborateness, that was arranged, and huge fire was lit, great ceremony was arranged, and with all perfect ritualistic mantras and all, whatever is described, this was done. And the ghee was offered in the fire with the mantras, and it is said that if it is done with devotion and with perfection, the mantras will bear fruits. When the final oblation was poured in the fire, its flame came up, bright orange flames, high up, and from that flame comes one divine, resplendent person, an angel. And in his was a bowl carrying the payasam, the milk and rice porridge. And that was given by God, the Supreme Being. And it had contained all the qualities of the Supreme Reality. It is so pure. And that angel said to Dasharatha, he gave to Dasharatha and said, Dasharatha, give it to your wife and your wife will conceive. And Dasharatha took that bowl of payasam, the divine, the drink in his hand, and gave half of it to his eldest wife, Kaushalya. From the remaining half, made it half further and gave it to Kaikeyi, second wife. Gave it for the half he gave to Sumitra, the second wife. From half of the half that was remaining, he divided into two and gave one half to Kaikeyi and the last half to Sumitra again, to second wife. By this, they all conceived. The sons, those were to be born, had the divine qualities in proportion to the payasam they had taken in. So from Kausalya was born the first child, Rama, and the second was from Sumitra, Lakshmana, and the third one was from Kaikeyi, Bharata. Fourth one from Sumitra again, it was Shatrugna. Shatrugna and Lakshmana were twins. And although there were 4 sons from one father, but all of them had similar age because they were conceived in the same time. There was not age difference. A little Rama was the eldest. He must have been born a few moments or a few hours earlier, or a few days earlier. But all 4 brothers were of almost same age. Rama excelled all in qualities. All were great. All were born because of the divine grace. So all these 4 brothers were great. Now, when Rama was born, Dasharatha was so happy, whole kingdom was happy. Now the time came to name this wonderful great heir to the throne of great kingdom of Kosala. So Vasishta was called and Vasishta suggested the boy's name should be Rama. Then Dasharatha said, Guru, what you are giving this small name for this one who is going to be a great king of this great kingdom? Great empire. Why are you suggesting this 2-letter word Rama? I thought you would give some long, glorious, gorgeous name. Then Vasishta said, O king, though Rama, this is very short name, but it is great. The word Rama comes from 2 great mantras of Sanatana Dharma. Ra comes from Om Namo Narayanaya. I bow down to Narayana, the Vishnu, the sustainer of the creation. How it is great, this Ra. If Ra is so much vital in the word Om Namo Narayanaya, if you remove Ra from that, the word becomes Om Namo Nayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya, I bow down to God. Om Namo Nayanaya, I bow down to worldliness. The difference between God and worldliness becomes with this word Ra. Ra is godly. The mantra becomes just opposite if Ra is removed from that. Ra is the soul of Om Namo Narayanaya. And that soul of that great mantra is in the name Rama, the first letter of the word Rama. What about the second letter? Ma. It's another great mantra. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow down to the auspiciousness of God. I bow down to the goodness of God. If you remove Ma from Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, glory to inauspiciousness. And when Om Namah Shivaya, glory to auspiciousness, I bow down to auspiciousness. Auspiciousness becomes auspicious because of the word Ma in Om Namah Shivaya. I adore auspiciousness, Om Namah Shivaya. I adore inauspiciousness, Om Namah Shivaya. So how great is the name Rama? It brings adoration to God. It is unworldliness, it is godliness, auspiciousness. All is contained in this simple word containing two these letters, Rama. And Dasaratha was convinced, as was the convinced whole court. The eldest son with all great qualities, God incarnate himself, become Rama. The word Rama must have been prevalent even before the name was given to this boy. Because there was another great warrior called Parashurama. He is also considered one of the incarnations of God in Hinduism. He became Parashurama later on because he used to wield Parashu with some vows to kill those terrible evil persons. Otherwise his name has to be Rama. Parashurama is Rama with Parashu is the axe. Rama with Parashu became Parashurama. But his name has to have Rama. So Rama as great name was prevalent even before this child was given the name Rama. Rama is the name of God. And Shiva, the eternal incarnation, there are two kinds of incarnations. One is the human incarnation, another is the eternal incarnation. Always remain the incarnation. They don't have to be born as a human being. They take the form of human being, but they are ever present. That one is Shiva, another is Narayana, another is Brahma, like Kali. They are all eternal incarnation. Nitya Avatara. And those who were born as human incarnation, they were born as a human child, grow and then give up their body. Like Krishna, like Rama, or Sri Ramakrishna, many consider as Avatar. Like Jesus, many consider as Avatar. So they were the human incarnations. So Rama had to be the name of God because Shiva used to repeat the name of Rama. Shiva's mantra is Rama. And Shiva is much before Rama was born. This child of Dasaratha was born. Shiva didn't start repeating the name of Rama when Dasaratha's son was born. Shiva repeats the name of Rama when Shiva is there. So Rama, name of God as Rama, had to be prevalent before this child was born. And he was given the name of Rama. For us, it is so much associated with this son of Dasaratha as Rama, God, that when we think of Rama, all it comes to us, it is this divine incarnation. Now, all four sons were born, and they were given different names, and all were glorious. When they attained a boyhood and strength, they learned archery as the sons of king, and all excelled. One day, Vishwamitra comes to the court and says, I need Rama and Lakshmana to fight to the Asuras, the evildoers in the forest. There were people. In that Treta Yuga also, there were people who troubled. It's not only this age that we find many evil persons. Evil persons have always been there in the creation. God created this world with good and evil. Sri Ramakrishna says, world is a mixture of good and evil always. You have wonderful, nice flowers like tulips and daffodils, and you have poison ivy also there. It has to go together. You have very gentle animals like cows, and you have tigers and lions. So you have timid creatures like earthworm, and there is cobra and other rattlesnakes. So this world always have been a mixture of good and evil, and it was during Satya Yuga also there. So Treta Yuga, which is considered to be better age than this Kali Yuga, the present times, that time also there was very ferocious beings dwelling in this world who would trouble the good doers. And Vishwamitra Rishi came, and the forest there were some asuras, rakshasas. They were troubling the people, and he needed, nobody could conquer. And he comes to the king Dasaratha and says, "Please give me Rama. Only he can conquer those." Dasaratha said, "How can I give you?" Dasaratha loved his children, especially Rama so much. Rama was really the art of Dasaratha. We'll find later how this art stops when he has to ask him to go to the forest. Then Rama was given. Vasishtha said, "You can give Rama to Vishwamitra. He will protect." Vishwamitra's life itself is so great. Vishwamitra was a king and a great king. So he went once to Vasishtha's hermitage, and he became angry with Vasishtha with some reason. And then he started throwing astras to Vasishtha, and Vasishtha all bore that with his power of his spirituality. Poor man living in the forest, great fighting with the great king, Vishwamitra, and Vishwamitra couldn't do to Vasishtha. Vasishtha's power was the power of his spirituality, Vishwamitra's power was the power of valor. Then Vishwamitra says, "Oh, this king's power is nothing compared to the power of his spirituality." He went to do tapasya, gave up his kingdom, and he became a rishi. And a lot of penances he did. Then he says, "I am not satisfied to become a rishi. I want to be Brahma rishi of the category of Vasishtha." Vasishtha was the greatest rishi of the time. And doing great tapasya, he became Brahma rishi. And in the fight, he cursed Vasishtha's son, and Vasishtha's son all died by the curse of Vishwamitra. Still, one day Vishwamitra comes as Vasishtha is reading, not Vishwamitra comes, Vasishtha was reading and so much happy to read the book. Vasishtha's wife said, "What are you reading?" He says, "Vishwamitra has written something, it's so wonderful explanation of that Shastra. Vishwamitra killed all our sons and you are rejoicing reading of the writing of that enemy?" He says, "He might have done that, but shouldn't I admire what he has written, the beautiful thing?" That great personality was Vasishtha. That is what is called the flowering of spirituality. Animosity goes, heart forgets. You just admire the beauty of the creation of that person. And you resign to the will of God. Everything happens by the will of God. Vishwamitra becomes nimitta. He comes and kills, curses his sons to die. But the person, the golden thing in his heart is there. Can't you admire the goodness of evil person? Evil person doesn't become whole soul evil. He is the mixture of good and evil. Despite his evil, that's why it says, hate a sin, not the sinner. Because sinner also has goodness in him or her. So Vishwamitra was admiring, and he said to wife, "You see, wonderful he has written the explanation of this thing." So he goes with Rama and Lakshmana go with Vishwamitra in the forest. There is a big fight and he conquers all those Rakshasas and Asuras, very powerful, but they could not stand in front of the power of Rama. Great archer of his time, as was Arjuna in the later times, in Dwapara Yuga. Greatest archer. In Gita, Sri Krishna says, "Among the archers, I am Rama. Rama Shastra Vritavaham." Among those who carry the Shastras, I am Rama. So that Rama, to that, and they found that there was going to be Swayamvara, like one beautiful princess was going to choose her husband. That time, the girls had a right to choose their own husband. The father Janaka of Sita had a condition that someone has to lift a bow given to him by Shiva. It was very heavy. Someone had to just lift that. And whoever lifts, he will be deemed fit to have the hands of Sita, most beautiful princess of that time. Many have gathered. Rama went, brought by Vishwamitra. All great person, even Ravana had come. They all tried to live that. None of them could even move that apart from living. It was so heavy. Given by Shiva, some divine power was there. Otherwise, bow can be how heavy it can be. But it was some divine power. When then Janaka said, how pity of this age. The world has become less of any great person, any strong person. No one can even move that bow. We are in the very pitiable times. All great warriors, great persons are lost. There is no one there, valorous person in the world. When he was lamenting that way, Rama goes forward. Young man, all first smile. What is he doing? Great person, those strong kings couldn't do. And this young prince, what can he do? He went there, lifted the bow like a easy thing, like a lotus flower, and then he just broke it into pieces. Oh, we're surprised. What a power. And again, it was the divine power. Then Rama got Sita, and they married later on. As I refer to, there was Parshurama. When he heard that Rama had broken the bow of Shiva, he became very angry. Shiva was his guru. You see, Parshurama's guru was also Shiva. Rama's guru was also Shiva. Rama used to repeat Shiva mantra. This Rama, Dasaratha's son, used to repeat Shiva mantra. And Shiva used to repeat Rama mantra. And Rama's followers and Shiva's followers used to quarrel among themselves. One would say Shiva is great, another would say Vishnu is great. That's what Sri Ramakrishna said. You see, Rama and Shiva were the incarnation of same reality. They had no problem in themselves. But their followers were quarreling and fighting and envious of each other. That's what happens, he described. They don't understand who Rama and Shiva are. Parashurama was very annoyed. This person broke my guru's bow. And there was a lot of conversation, and finally there was fight, and finally Parshurama couldn't stand Rama's power. Parshurama was also incarnation of God. There is very few stories when two incarnations of God at the same time on earth. Swami Vivekananda later on said, it has been the history of this world that great personality comes every 500 years or so. But that time must be need was great. God came in two forms, and two forms of same reality were fighting with each other. Who is great? So Rama was proved to be greater than Parshurama in fight. But both are considered as incarnation of God. Strange thing. Never in other time of the history it happened that way. Finally, Parshurama recognized the greatness of Rama and surrenders him and finishes his job of whatever he was born to do, then retires to the Himalayas for that thing. Rama was very glorious in conquering. The purpose of advent of Rama was said to be to conquer Ravana, who was an evil manifested in a human being. All the evil is manifested that. Among the evils that Ravana had was the egotism, worldliness, pride. Otherwise, he was a very learned scholar. He was also a great devotee of Shiva. Even evil persons were devotees of God. But their evilness retained. Their ego was so strong. Though they loved God, but they loved God for their own sake. When he prayed to Brahma, with all austerities, repeated the name and practiced, forgot everything of the world, only was meditating on Brahma. Brahma appeared and he said, "What do you want, child? I am happy with your finances." He said, "May I not die with Yakshas, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, or great persons? May they not be able to conquer me." He didn't ask, human beings should not conquer me. He said, what the mere human beings will do, they can never conquer me. He just neglected the human beings. It was insult to humanity. And you say human beings are so great. When Yakshas, Gandharvas, those other forms of beings were unable to conquer him. It was a man. The God has to be born as a man to conquer the greatest evil. Man has the quality to conquer the greatest evil in himself. Swami Vivekananda says, these are all gods and other great higher souls that you say, Yakshas, Gandharvas, gods in heaven, they are not greater than human beings. To attain salvation, they will have to be born in this world of ours as the human being, practice spirituality, earn knowledge, attain knowledge, and only then they can get emancipation. They can get salvation. Salvation is the priority and prerogative of only human beings. In that way, the human life is the greatest that will be. The God has to be born as a human being to conquer the evil Ravana. What happened? The killing of Ravana, Kharadushana, all this Vishwamitra took him to kill. It was all glorious of a valor of Rama. But Rama's greatest glory is manifested during his coronation. Greatest glory. You know this story. Dasaratha was getting old. Rama manifested all goodness, the truthfulness, humility, the courage, wisdom. All was there. Courage, wisdom, truthfulness, quality added with humility. Without humility and added with pride, one becomes Ravana. Great warrior, very wise, repeats the name of Shiva, but there is no humility. There is pride, there is arrogance, there is sensuality, and that person becomes Ravana. Add this wisdom, love for God, righteousness, truthfulness, and add humility to it. He becomes Rama. Rama was to be coronated as the crown prince. Everyone was happy. They say Rama was such a good character, even enemies could not find any defect in him. Even enemies loved Rama. King would have enemies, competitors. That was the enemy. But Rama's life was without any blemish. Dasaratha loved him, whole kingdom loved him, all three mothers loved him. His own mother and his stepmothers loved him as their own son. Rama was to be coronated, everyone is happy. Kaikeyi, the third wife of Dasaratha, loved Rama very much. She was very wise. And when the coronation time came, Dasaratha declared to the court, and next morning the coronation would be there. And this Kaikeyi had one maid servant named Manthara. She was by frame also she was crooked, bowed, and her mind was also very crooked. Kaikeyi, when she heard that Rama is going to be coronated tomorrow, she was very happy. She loved Rama as dearly as Bharata, her own son. And Rama, by the choice of everyone, was to be coronated as the crown prince. Then Manthara comes, why are you rejoicing? Manthara started saying, why Rama is going to be crown prince? And what will happen to you? What will happen to Bharata? Rama becomes crown prince, then you will be discarded, you will be humiliated, and we don't know what will happen to Bharata. Bharata is your son. You should make your son king and your own life secure. Manthara said that to this lady was all goodness. There was no evil in the heart of Kaikeyi ever found. She was so brave, so loved, and Dasaratha loved Kaikeyi most because of her wisdom. And it happens, you see, the human beings, we are good at times, but there are some evil things. What you rouse, that we become. If you rouse the good qualities, we become good. If you rouse the bad qualities, we become bad. Manthara was expert and successful in rousing the bad intentions of this Kaikeyi. He said, nothing doing, you will get trouble, Bharata might be killed, and they had such a wonderful loving relation. She said that, and Kaikeyi believed. It happens. Bad time comes, it happens. Someone says something, we doubt. Without any reason, doubt entered in her mind. And she said to Manthara, but how can we do? All is announced, the king has announced. Manthara said, don't you remember you had 2 boons from Dasaratha? One, Dasaratha was fighting with King Samba, and he was being defeated, almost being killed. And that time, it was very exceptional that his wife Kaikeyi was with him. He loved him so much, her so much. You see, Kaikeyi was with Dasaratha in the battlefield. And Kaikeyi took the reign, Dasaratha was wounded, and Kaikeyi somehow took the chariot out of the battlefield at night. They nursed her husband, took out the arrows, and saved his life. He would have surely died. He was so pleased and said, I'm so pleased you gave me second birth. Ask 2 boons. You ask me, I'm the king of the great empire, I can give you anything you want. Kaikeyi said, I am full. I have no want. What should I ask? You love me so much. You are so great king. I have no desire to ask. If I need something, I'll ask in future. Manthara somehow remembered that. And Manthara said, you have these 2 boons. Use that one here now. And the Ramayana describes when Manthara told all things negative against Rama and the danger maybe looming against herself and her son Bharata, that crooked, ugly-looking old woman, the Kaikeyi sees her frame to be handsome because she was telling something to her good, that her appearance changed in the eyes of Kaikeyi. The evil persons also look so beautiful if you think they are doing something good to us. Beauty is in the eyes, our eyes. That's why they say, whom you love, that person is always beautiful. Whether what she or he looks doesn't matter. It is the love that makes beauty. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, that they say. This very Manthara seemed to be so beautiful to Kaikeyi when she said she is really doing good to her. And they say that when Rama was being coronated and there was no challenge to Rama's life and only she will be confined in Ayodhya and Kosala, gods who had prayed to Vishnu to save this world from Ravana, nothing will happen. How the Ravana is going to kill? And they started praying, do something so that Rama had the opportunity to fight Ravana. And this all happened, and then Dasaratha comes to announce to Kaikeyi that Rama is going to be king tomorrow with all happiness. He was so happy, everything was arranged. And he finds Kaikeyi very angry, upset. He said, what happened? What made you upset? He said, do you remember 2 boons? He said, yes, I remember. But aren't you happy Rama is going to be king? I want those 2 boons, your promises to be fulfilled. So she prayed, I keep witness to all the directions, all gods and all elements as the witness that you have given me word that you will fulfill. Dasaratha doesn't know she's going to ask that thing. Ask, whatever you ask, I will fulfill. I am so happy today. Everything arranged, my burden is going to be less. The best person in the world is going to be the next king of this great kingdom which I nurtured and helped so much. And the Kaikeyi said, I want Bharata to be king and Rama to go to forest for 14 years. It was too much for Dasaratha. He says, who are you? Is this you, my dearest wife, speaking, or demon has entered into you? Who is speaking? But he then pleaded, the Ramayana says, Dasaratha was so shocked hearing this. He said, if you say that, how can I ask Rama to go? Rama is my life. If I ask Rama to go, I will die. You will become widow. What will you get? By just asking Bharata to be king and banishing Rama in the forest. But divine plan, Kaikeyi doesn't relent. And next morning, Rama comes. And he says, everything was arranged, that Rama was to be coronated, whole country was rejoicing, the kingdom was decorated, priests were ready, the rituals were all in the place. Time was there, Rama was not coming, Dasaratha was also not coming, it was a little late. Then Rama comes, then Kaikeyi summons Rama. Then Kaikeyi he says, Dasaratha is fainted, lying on the ground. Rama says that. And says, what is the matter? Why father is in condition? It is sick, suddenly got out. What? How did he get upset? Then Kaikeyi said, Rama, this is the case. that your father had given me boons, he had promised me 2 things, and I asked him that Bharata will be the king with 1 promise and you will go to 14 years in forest, another promise. But your father is not able to say because it's too shocking for him. But that is the case. Now, being a son of a worthy father, she was very afraid if Rama doesn't accept that. She said, you should accept this. Will you accept? Rama said, of course, mother. What is there? Today itself I will go away from here. This is the glory of Rama, it is being said. The Ramayana is described that Rama's face, which was to be coronated, that after a few hours, when he was asked to go away for 14 years in wilderness, there was no change in his face. It remained same bright as it was. Neither it was too much elated when he heard the news of getting coronated, nor it gloomed by hearing that he has to go to forest that very day. Beautifully it is written, Prasannatam yana gata vishekatah tathana mamlau vanavasa dukkatah mukhambuja sri raghunandanasya me sadastu sa manjula mangala prada. The Rama, may his that beautiful face always give me auspiciousness. What beautiful? Was never elated when there was being a coronation of him. And it didn't become gloomy when he heard that very moment that he has to go to the forest. That beautiful lotus face of Rama, may that become my protector. May that give all auspiciousness to me. That's why they say, Rudrayatte dakshinam mukham tena maam pahinitam. They say in the Ramayana, whoever reads this chapter of the Ramayana is saved from all the troubles and suffering in life. As Rama could face any trouble, no one can have so much of change of fate in life as Rama had. So when we remember of Rama, that who was going to be coronated as a king, next moment he has to go to forest and he is same. He can took these 2 different poles in life as equal. So it gives us great strength at the time of adversity in our life. When difficulties come, problem comes, it gives so much of strength. Swami Kripamayananda used to say to his devotees, you come here and say there is so much problem in life. This thing doesn't happen according to the choice. There is so much of problem. All problem in office, problem in home. He says, what? You talk of the problems. Do you know the life of Holy Mother? Where she lived, how she dealt. And yet she said, the peace of her heart was never disturbed. The problem in your life and household is nothing compared to the problems amidst which Holy Mother lived. And these life stories give so much strength. So much strength to us. That is the face of Rama, if you remember, at the time of adversity. And we remember Jesus Christ being crucified, being killed. And he says, Father, forgive them, they know not what they are doing. Isn't it that great message of strength at the time of adversity? And total absence of hatred and anger? One who is doing so much of crime against that innocent, pure person. Whenever little difficulties come to us, we become so upset. And these stories, these faiths, these prayers, these sayings are the source of our strength. And spirituality is that. To be able to stand at the time when there is a big problem. They say Rama, life was like a candle in a big storm. The candle was so powerful burning that it didn't waver, the flame didn't waver. Candle in the wind, you know that song. Here is the candle in the wind. Some can stand, some just blown off, some waver and they still are lighting. Rama's candle was not even wavering. So brilliant was his mind. Then Rama came to the household and Sita and Lakshmana both they resolved to go with Rama. And while going, another story is there. There is Ramayana is a big epic. So when they were crossing there, they decided to go, Rama, Lakshmana and Sita. When they were going to cross the river, the boatman said, Rama, I cannot get you into the boat without washing your feet. Why you have to wash feet while boarding the boat? He said, I know, I have heard the story. So what story you heard? There is the story of Ahalya. There is to be one lady and wife of a rishi, and something happened in her life. She did some evil, unknowingly or knowingly, and she disappeared. The story, one of the Ramayana says, she became a stone. When that wife said, I don't know, it was all without knowing this, something wrong happened by me, rishi said, I understand, but what I have uttered cannot be taken back. So there will in some time come Rama, God will be incarnated, and when he comes to this ashrama and sits, and she turned into stone, and you will be stone there, and he sets his foot on you, and his feet, dust of his feet will touch you, then you will regain your human form again. So she had been waiting for Rama to come. Rama came, and he touched with his bare feet, he touched that stone, and from that emerges that beautiful lady, wife of that rishi. And the rishi also that time comes from the Himalayas for so many years. He was in tapasya, and they unite. This is a story that boatman had heard. He said, Rama, you touch the stone and that become a woman. What will happen if you dust touches my boat and it becomes a human being? How will I? This is the only living occupation for me. So I don't want to take that risk. I have to wash your feet nicely so that there is no dust in your feet. Then only you can ride this boat. They cross the boat and Rama says, how much I have to pay for you? He says, no pay. He says, what? You have charged, this is your occupation and you don't live without that. He says, no. The people doing same job, they don't charge each other. Same job. You are just a ferry crosser, you cross the boat and what you compare with me? He said, Rama, we do the same job. I make the people cross this river, you make the cross, the world of the ocean of samsara. We both are the people helping in crossing the people, we both are the boatman. I am a small boatman of small river, you are the boatman of Bhava Samsara, that's world samsara. Taking your name, you help the people cross the ocean. So that was the thing, and we both belong to the same job. Our occupation is the same, so I can charge you. He was so humorous and witty person. Then they go in the forest, live there. Sita was abducted by Ravana and taking the form of a Brahmin in disguise. That also happened in one story, that how Ravana abducted Sita. Ravana knew that Rama and Lakshmana are very powerful. They had to be driven from Sita's hut in the forest to abduct Sita. So Ravana sends one of his relatives who could transform his body, and he came in the form of a deer, golden deer. And Sita sees from her hut in the forest the deer is there, so beautiful, she had never seen such deer. It is golden in color. She says to Rama, Rama, can you just catch the deer? It's so beautiful. I want to have it here. Rama said, why do you bother about the deer and the other thing? They are in the forest. No, this is exceptional. It's so beautiful. I cannot live without it. You must catch it. And deer, Rama goes behind that. Deer goes in front of that running, and Rama cannot catch. And finally Rama shoots that. The deer cries. Says it was a Asura Rakshasa in the form of deer. And that deer when dies with the arrows of Rama, he cries, Lakshmana, he cries, and Sita, he cries, in the voice of Rama. Sita heard this, is Rama in trouble, Lakshmana, you go. Lakshmana says, all these are Asuras, you don't know the problem here. No, you go, and Rama is in trouble, you are not going. She curses Lakshmana. Lakshmana knows the thing, but what he could do, then he draws a line around the Sita and said, never cross this line. There is danger here. And then, when Lakshmana goes in search of Rama, then Ravana comes in disguise of a bhikshu, of a poor Brahmin, and says, give me arms. Sita was giving from inside the line, drawn line. He said, how can I take arms from the line? Just cross and give me, please. Sita was in dilemma. She crosses and Ravana abducts her. So here also she says that why Sita was abducted. Why Sita got in trouble. When Sita remembered Rama, When her mind was in God, there was no problem. All was good. But when her mind was turned in something worldliness, some worldly possession, he forgot Rama and gave her mind on the deer, golden deer. Jahan Ram, tahan nahi Kam, jahan Kam, tahan nahi Ram. When her desire arose to possess that, Rama was forgotten. The deer became more important than Rama. Asked Rama to go behind the deer. Worldliness came, godliness gone. Godliness gone, worldliness came, trouble came. Big trouble for Sita. And then that happens with all of us. Then Sita went there, we know the story, rest one, how Hanuman comes and she goes in search of Sita in the to Ayodhya. When Hanuman was being sent as the army of Sugriva, one of the army man was Hanuman, were in search of Sita. They couldn't find anywhere in India. Someone said she must have been abducted by Ravana in Lanka. So he had to cross ocean. Now who can cross this big ocean? They all then pointed on Hanuman. Hanuman said, you have to cross. Hanuman said, how can I cross? I'm just a being. Then they said, Hanuman, you are not an ordinary being. You had so much of glory, you had so much of power. Like Manthara was telling to Kaikeyi all the evil things that you have to ask for this, for the selfish gains, you are in trouble. You will be in trouble, your son will not become king, it may be killed. All these negative doubts and all bad things, Manthara, all evilness came out. Here Hanuman, they say, and Hanuman was doing the work of God. And all goodness was said to him. You are so great, you have gone to Skath's son, you are the son of God Vayu and all that. You can do it. And this is our duty in search of Goddess Sita. In search of Sita. So it was for other. It was all goodness that was brought out. A human being, has both things. What we bring out, that we manifest, that we become. Hanuman, the greatest devotee of God, becomes because all his good qualities were just manifested by just inspiring him. You can inspire, you can inflame evil qualities of a person. And rest is story, we know how Hanuman found Sita. And Ravana came in different forms to allure Sita there in his Ashoka garden. Someone said, Ravana, you go in so many disguises, why you don't take the form of Rama? Ravana said, what are you talking? If I think of Rama and assume the form of Rama, do I care for another person's wife? Do I care for any worldly desires? When I think of Rama, to Tilottama and Brahma and all angels and apsaras, they become negligible for me. They don't have any attraction. When we think of God, all worldliness, worldly attraction goes away. That's why he says, I don't think of Rama. If I take the form of Rama, then I become free from worldly desires. Worldliness, I become holy and pure. So that is the message for us. When we think of Rama, we become pure and holy. We become strong and hopeful. Sri Ramakrishna initiated Swami Vivekananda in the name of Rama. He gave Rama mantra to Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda says, Sri Ramakrishna dedicated me to Mother Kali. He gave the Rama mantra. So at that level, Kali, Rama, Shiva, Jesus all become one. They all become divine. There become no distinction any form of God. Rama what? That is Kali, that is Shiva, that is Jesus. So all Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, all were filled with Rama's feeling. Rama is the name of God, as pure, as holy, as powerful as Jesus, or Sri Krishna, or Shiva, or Om, or Kali. Rama was so virtuous, they say. When Rama used to come in the court after he returned back after 14 years from the forest, there was a great reception, and that is still remembered by lighting lights on the Diwali day. The Diwali is the time when Rama had returned to Ayodhya and all had rejoiced by lighting light. in the Treta Yuga. That tradition continues, and still today, we don't know how many years ago it is, and we put the light and rejoice on the Diwali day. That is the story of Diwali. So when Rama is to come to the court, it is said that the lotus in the heart of everyone bloomed as if the sun has risen. And Sri Ramakrishna described. Do you know what is that? That means everyone felt so happy to see this pure person, which is the ideal of our soul. He is the manifestation of our very deep goodness, all come and take in the form of Rama. And that is what is God. All goodness that is contained in our soul, that becomes manifested, takes the human form, and that